What is happening, YouTube? How y'all doing today? It is Joe, just your average Joe. Let's turn on this this light. Although I kind of feel like this phone picks up my light pretty good. But anyway, that's a little bit better. So appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Again, my name is Joe, just your average Joe. It is 2 days before Thanksgiving. It is Tuesday, November 25th. So appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Sales have been going pretty steady so far. Can't complain. Um, eBay's doing eBay things, man. So if you're not listing stuff and putting stuff up, you got to do it, man. You got to do it. Got to get stuff up. It certainly pays off at this time of the year, for sure. So if you haven't been with me before, I've been reselling full time on eBay for about 8 years. But I've been buying and selling stuff on eBay for 25 years. So been on there a while. Been through a lot of stuff. So hopefully you can pick up a thing or two along the way, because this is what we do around here. We just kind of talk about eBay, cover sales, what's selling. So if you see stuff that I've sold out there in the wild, you can be like, oh man, I remember Joe got this and I can sell that. And, so hopefully it helps a little bit. And or any nuggets I drop along the way, you can pick up and, use it as your own, whether it's packing and shipping, taxes, how eBay works, where to source, what to source, how to categorize. Obviously, I'm not the best at that as far as like taking a note from me, because there's a method to my madness. But I do, how to store your stuff so you don't get overwhelmed. Whatever it is that I can help with, that's what I'm here for, because I do this on a daily basis. So that's what we do around here. So it's all raw, unedited. If you've never been with me before, that's how we do. It's all just me being me, showing off what I sell and talking about eBay and anything else that anybody wants to talk about, which leads me to comments. So that's the first thing we're going to tackle is comments. Go over some of the comments that were left on the last video, and then tackle sales. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So let me start off by saying I think I need to backtrack a couple comments I didn't see or didn't touch on. I don't think. Maybe I did and I just don't remember. But we're going to start with Gen X Flipper. So Gen X Flipper, what's up, Joe? Glad to see you back. I made one video and I do believe it sucks. You made a video and it sucks? Oh man. Look, I think all my videos suck, so don't feel bad. Just keep doing you, man. I just got to find the right niche to talk about. Look, I don't talk about nothing. I'm a nobody talking about nothing. You know what I mean? Just do it. I feel reselling videos, with the exception of yours, are a bit misleading and mundane. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Look, I'm just your average Joe trying to help the best that I can. Like it's just like you said, I think my videos suck too, but if I can inspire some folks, motivate some folks, teach some folks some of my little tips and tricks, then hey, it's a win. It's a win in my book. But I feel like they're a bit misleading and mundane. I love the fact that you just pick up a camera and start recording, and you do start recording and you do you. That's what I love about it. That's what I desperately want to do. However, it's a little bit more challenging for me because I want to go off topic and say a lot. I get it. I'm there with I get it, Gen X Flipper. Just be you and just do it. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. People scroll and don't care, and like, this dude's a weirdo and don't know nothing, talker, a rambler. What are we doing here? He ain't giving no. He ain't. And other people were like, dude, this I like this dude. This dude seems like a good dude, and so it's you just do it. I'll get back to it very soon, but eBay is doing really, really good. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Good right now, and my other platform. Well, didn't you sell on Macari? Was that right? It's been a while. Was it Macari? My cell phone is doing really, really good as well. I'm very busy. Can't wait to see your next video, my friend. I hope you have a good weekend. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate you, Gen X Flipper. Autocorrect, say my cell phone should have been other platform doing really, really well. Oh, you're good. Let me reply to that. Look, if you want to do videos. Like, I don't have topics. Just get on and just, like, I kind of rely on you guys with your comments. So that's why, for anybody that's watching, drop comments, ask questions. No question's a dumb question. Anything when it comes to reselling, even if you've been around a while, if you have any questions about anything that I do, Nothing's a secret. Nothing's like, oh, can't tell, can't share. Everything is it. You know what I mean? Like it's all. Some people want to hoard like their secrets and stuff. Because it's gonna put them out of business. Man, there's so much room at the top to for everybody to be successful reselling at all different levels, man. So if I can help somebody else, that's great. You ain't gonna take food off my plate. Like I'm gonna keep doing what I do. You know what I mean? So there's enough of it to I just like helping. So there's that. When I was a trainer at AT&T, I was starting customer service. I went to training, new hire training. I was really good at what I did, and I liked teaching other people how to do what how to do what you're supposed to do the right way, and how to really really like get better at what you do. There's basic, and then there's expert. And so if I can teach my expert knowledge into somebody else, and they become really really good, it just helps the whole center. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing with this, man. Like if I'm not saying I'm an expert at this, but like um if I've been through the ringer a few times and I can help you avoid going through the ringer, that's a plus. That's a win. That puts you in a better position than I was when I was going through it and didn't know what the heck was going on. So anyway, and then I became a manager at AT&T, and same thing. As a manager, you still got to skill transfer and teach people how to do stuff. So even though I was still with new hires at the time too. So I was actually a new hire manager and then a regular floor manager. I wore a lot of different hats. But at the end of the day, what motivated me to do what I do was to teach people and show people how to do things the right way and skill them up the right way on how to do things, how to really dive in on things, and how to really get, you know, there's again, it goes back to there's basics. You can do real basic or you can really understand how things work and have a higher level of understanding of how things work, and which is ultimately going to help you, on your path and your journey. So anyway, but Gen X, thank you for commenting. Next one up is I think Quaid. We touched on Quaids. We touched on Quaids. We touched on Chance Dizzled, another prompt fire video, solid. Another 2 items today. I think I touched on that one, didn't I? I didn't thumb up it or anything. Maybe I didn't touch on this one. So Chance Dizzle, another prompt and fire video, sold another 2 items today, but I think underpriced the item by $10. Oh well, as long as someone gets a deal. Did a little sourcing today. Well, as long as you are still able to get, as long as you're still in the green and not going backwards, it's a win. I've done that a lot where you leave 5, 10, 15, 20 bucks on the table sometimes, or you got a promo going and you see that eBay took $17 and you're like on top of the regular fees, and you're like, oh, you know what I mean? But if you're still in the green, that's that wheel's still rolling. So that's the main thing. Let's see. I did a little sourcing today, found some goodies. I did some marketplace deals this morning already. Hence why I'm still in the same clothes. I just got up and rolled out, and still got a shower and everything for the day, but I'll do that after I pack and ship. Did a little sourcing today, found some goodies, but now I'm watching your video while I start some more listings, and I will get fit. And you will get fit. Give it a few months, and your wife is going to feel like you're a stranger. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. That's awesome. All right. No, but hey, sourcing, yes. I've been slacking on sourcing only because I have so much stuff I'm sitting on. But this morning, the old man that I do deals with, so I have an old man that does storage units, and him and I synced up about 1.5 years ago. Networking is key in all this. A big thing that'll set you apart in reselling is networking with other people. Especially people that do things like he does, which is buy storage units, because they come across so much stuff. If you can get in on folks like that, and you become their video game guy, or their vintage toy guy, or their electronics guy, or their camera guy, or their whatever, then they keep you in mind, pile up stuff as they get stuff, and then do a deal with you to sell those specific items. Especially if they're because the name of the game when you get storage units is what, move it, because you get so much stuff a lot of times in bulk that you need to move it. So it's good to have connections when you're that guy to be able to just sell you the stuff off quickly, so you're not holding on to stuff. So I'm his video game guy. He'll call me about once every month and a half, Hey, I got a big pile for you. Cool. We do a deal. Done, done, done. I go pick it up. So I did that this morning. On top of that, I did a Switch deal, a Nintendo Switch. A guy was selling it for 180 with like 4 games. I just sold another Switch as well. I know I was talking about Switches yesterday on how, man, I haven't sold them in so long. I finally sold one and blah, blah, blah. But it's Christmas. So I figured $150. It's coming with $120 in games. The system alone I can sell for 180, and then I got $120 in games. What's my motto on Marketplace? Flip to 100, right, or more. So if I buy something for whatever, I want to at least make $100 or more on that deal. So this is a perfect, obviously we all want to double and triple our money, right? But that's not always going to be the case. But if I can make $100 plus, even after fees and stuff like that, that to me that's a good deal. That means I made $100 today. Now obviously it has to sell still, but $150 for a Switch. The bundle I got, the Switch came with the Switch itself, the Joy-Cons, 4 games. The 4 games are $120 because they're $30 pops. So that was $120 for the games, and then it didn't have a dock, but the old man that I did a deal with had a dock. Just so happened he has a dock and the bundle of stuff he has and the grips. So I was like, perfect. I can marry them together, and I can get $180 or so for the system. And then it does have a kickstand. I got to buy a kickstand for it. The kickstands are like $8 or something. So I do have to buy the kickstand on eBay before I can list it, unfortunately. But they do just pop right on, which is nice. But the system bundle 180. That's what I just sold the last 2 for, was 180, and then 100. So that's already, I'm in the plus. I've spent 150 on the bundle. I'm already in the plus after fees and stuff. I'm still 155, 160. I'm still in the plus. And then the games are gravy. $120 in games, 100 to 120 in games. So I'm still, after fees, sitting right around that $100 mark. So it's not like a huge score, but Marketplace, sometimes you'll find great deals where you do double, triple, quadruple your money, and other times you just find enough meat on the stick where it's worth it. $100 plus for me is worth it. Maybe that's not enough for you, and that's okay. But maybe $50 is enough for you, and that's okay too. There's plenty of deals on Marketplace where you can flip for 50 all day long. But for me, it's 100. That's my threshold for doing deals, for driving where I gotta drive to do the pickup, do whatever. $100 to me is totally worth it. So anyway, that's just how my gears turn. Hopefully that maybe enlightens, or maybe you got some feedback for me. But that's kind of how I do it. Next one up is, let's see. I replied to that one. What's on my shelf regarding the muffled and low volume sound? Maybe you could remove the filter and muffler to improve the sound quality. Well, let's do a test. So before I do a test, did getting closer to my mouth not make I didn't look back and watch my video to see if just being closer to my mouth instead of being way down here made a difference. So let's start with what's on my shelf. Is being higher up better? All right, so I need you to answer that. Is just being higher up better as is? And then to test your test without the foam piece, is that any better? So I want you to put in in this video, it was better or worse when it was closer to your mouth with the muffler, and B, without the muffler being closer to your mouth was even better. And we're going back on. They've got the little fancy one too on this thing. They've got the little the kit's got, it's got the little this one. Maybe that one's better. Maybe I need to go to that one, huh? Is that what we need to do? Maybe put the little fancy one, the one I see all the not the YouTubers, but the TikTokers. I see all the TikTokers with this fancy like feathery one. It's all fancy feathery one. Let's see, does this make a difference? Oh man, you guys are gonna hate me because I'm gonna be all over this mic. Hold on. Don't lose it. All right, good deal. Sorry for the sound. That thing does not want to go in. Oh. Well, it's not that easy to put this thing on. Well, you know what? Instead of like tearing your ears up, because I'm sure that's what's happening right now, let me one last time. It's not stretchy either. You just got to get that thing on there just right. Oh, I just had it. I just had it. Oh, oh, whoa, whoa. The little fan. Is that better? How about that one? We'll stick with that one for the rest of this video. How about that? So 3C ABC, the little furry one, the little feathered one is even better. I don't know. We'll see. All right, I'm depending on you now. What's on my shelf to give me some feedback on this. So we're gonna dial this in because I don't want to go back to no mic. So anyway, all right. Let's oh shit. All right, so what's on my shelf? Let's go ahead and reply to that one. I think we got a few more comments. Yaya NL. Yaya NL. Is that Yarina? No, maybe. My friend Joe, I'm still here watching. I have watched all of your all your comeback videos. It's great to see you. You've been doing good. I just didn't comment because YouTube changed the names or handles, and I thought you wouldn't remember me. Yarina, right? Yeah, am I right on that one? It's mind blowing and also heartwarming to see you still remember my crazy name. But man, can't believe you haven't listed them yet. Yeah, it is Yarina. Yeah, no, hey, you know they right. I should have listed them. They're all still sitting in that baggie. I've gotten a bunch more since. In fact, today I just got 4 more loose games that are going to go in that baggie until I'm ready to list them. So, um, I've been so busy lately. Like good thing I listed a bunch of stuff over the past month and a half because this last week I've not been able to list much. I went to the beach. I've been putting Christmas stuff up between yesterday, today. I got to put more Christmas stuff up. Tomorrow, more Christmas stuff. Then you got Thanksgiving. So right after Thanksgiving, my plan is to get a whole bunch of stuff up on eBay, which is possibly going to be some of all the loose games. Remember, you told me last year you'll do it by Christmas. I did. Now it's next year. So happy to see you back. You are correct, ma'am. I did. Look, I hoard the good stuff. I didn't even want to list all the Switch games, to be honest with you, the ones in the cases, because I knew they were going to sell like hotcakes. So, Rise and Grind. Well, welcome back. Thank you for watching. Make sure this mic's on. We all know how that goes. All right. Rise and Grind Picker, welcome back. Glad to see you back. Glad to see you hanging out again, Rise and Grind. I'm gonna try to be back as consistently as try to be back as consistently as I was. I don't mind getting on if I have sales. But for about 6 months there, my sales weren't great. I was getting like 2 sales, 3 sales a day, 1 sale, no sales. Like things were slow. I wasn't listing much. I had like 300-400 items up, and now I'm back up to 5. Well, I'm down now again because I've been selling so much, but I was almost up to 600 items again. So you know that obviously helps. But I'm back. Rise and Grind. I'm back. And then Phantom, thank you for hanging out and your support for all of you guys. Phantom says, "Congrats, Joe. 31 sales. You definitely had a great weekend. That feeding frenzy sprint has begun. Keep tracking those sales. Good to see people are interested in physical media more and relying on online service. No kidding. Me and my man, you know what? Me and my buddy always have that argument about media, virtual media and physical media. He's like, oh, the new kids are gonna, that's what they grow up on is all the downloads and nothing physical. And I'm like, yeah, but when you spend $2,000 on a bunch of games on your hard drive and then you want to sell it, you can't. Like when I'm done gaming, I'd like to at least get a few dollars back when it's all said. Well, most people don't think that way, Joe, especially this new generation. Okay, fair, but they do kind of, because people do go walk into GameStop and sell their shit back to GameStop and these other mom and pop video game stores for pennies on the dollar. Like, so why don't they can just sell it themselves and make make what they are selling them for, or anyway. But he's like, nah, all the kids ain't gonna do that, man. I'm like, maybe, I don't know. But I was like, my combat to that was there's games you can't download, you can't get unless it's a physical copy on an old system. Like I don't know what example. I what am I thinking of? I had some examples when I was talking to him, but right now I'm drawing a blank. But anyway, there's examples. There's many games that you can't download, you can't get. You know what I mean? Like it's those rarer titles that they're not going to be able to download. You have to have the physical copy in the old system. So anyway, those are the comments. Let's move on to sales. So I think I had 6 sales. Let me make sure nothing else sold. Nope, we're good. All right. So we had 6 sales. What was the total? Let's see here. Oh, maybe 7. Let's see. Awaiting shipment. Did I get something sell before? Oh, I did. All right, we got 7 sales. 7 sales, and this is between yesterday and today. 7 sales for $665.57. Granted, that's including taxes and shipping and all that, so that's not the bottom line number net, I guess. But $665.57. So let's start with a PSP white PSP. I'm glad I got all of my PSPs up, man. I got all of my handhelds for that matter, except for I think I still got like 7, 6, and 7, like 20 something left. Is that the right one? Let me make sure that's the right one. That's the one with games. Let's see. Give me one moment. This sold for $140 plus shipping. $140 plus shipping. That's the one with the black back or the gray back? Gray back. All right. So again, PSP whites. I reshelled it because it was in bad shape. Reshelled it. Comes with a memory card. Really, obviously, nice condition because it's been reshelled. Now, when you reshell, in my experience, sometimes it's easier to just use the original back if you can, because it just doesn't close right and seed properly. I've got like 3 games in here, and obviously the charger, and it also has a memory card in there as well. So the whole bundle, $140 plus shipping, and it's the PSP 2001. Brand new battery with it as well. I did get new batteries for it. Kirby and Zelda. Let's see, and Kirby. Let's find Kirby. All right. Kirby and Zelda. Let's see. Kirby sold for $35 plus shipping. 35 plus shipping. And Zelda sold for 42 plus shipping. 42 plus ship. Switch. The one that's got now this switch had a couple. This is actually a switch I got from the old man. And it was bent. Like the actual screen has a little bit of a, and I put this in the listing, but it's got a little bend to it. The grill is also broken out. The grill got a little bend to it, right? Kind of has a little. It's actually missing a screw right there. I didn't realize that, but it's still fine. Plays fine. Screen is fine. It's got a little nick on the side here, but I disclosed that. A couple little surface scratches throughout, but when you turn it on, it looks fine. No drift in the what you call them, but whoever had it definitely put a little bend in it. But again, disclosed all of that with it. Still works fine. And then it comes with an extra controller, headset, charging cable, the grip, case, charger. What else I say? The little wheel, little Toad controller, and then of course memory card as well, and then your grips for your Joy-Cons, and then the actual Joy-Con grip that you can slide the Joy-Cons on. I always bundle and make it the full get out. So that's sold for $180 plus shipping. 180 plus ship on that. And again, it's just about disclosing all that stuff. So when the person gets it, you take pictures of it and you disclose it. Has a nick on the one side, has a bend to it, is missing the grill plastic grill pieces. I mean, it still works perfectly fine. PS2 Slim with the green memory card and Tetris. PS2 Slim. Let's find that. PS2 Silver. PS3, PS3, PS3. PS2 Slim. I don't think that one had the HDMI. No, that's not it. PS2 Slim with Tetris. Here we go. All right, so PS2 Slim bundle. Sold for $130 plus shipping. So obviously, I bundle all filler games. So your Ghost Recons, your Corvette, whatever shootout, whatever that is. A couple loose games, a lot of times loose games, Tetris. So I got about, I don't know, 9 games with it. And then controller, system, all your cables cleaned up, ready to go. So again, $130 plus shipping on that one. So there's that. And I always put in the listing. I do have a disc resurfacer, the JFJ disc resurfacer. So a lot of times discs, I can bring them back to life. If they're too far gone, you can't. But I also save good games that they're jacked up that I can't save in a case. Once I get to about 10 or 15 of them, I send them to, there's actually on eBay, you can sell them for, or send them in. There's a company on eBay. There's a shop locally that does it, but they messed up one of my games, so I don't take it to them anymore. And it's almost the same price doing the eBay thing, obviously with shipping, but that's why I only do good games. 15, 30, 40, $50 titles is normally, I save those up, your Wii Sports, your, Mario, whatever game discs are just, I can't bring them back to life. I hoard them until I get enough to where it's worth it to send them in. It takes them like a week turnaround, and I've got them back, and then I can sell them, and they've, every I've done it like 4 times. Every time, if they all fire up. So there's a nugget for you, for those games that are good games that are worth $15 or more. Just save them and then go through eBay, find a disc resurface. I think the place I sent it to is in Florida. Forget their name, but there's several of them. Or if you have a local shop that does it, you can test them out, see how they do. Because usually it's like $2 or $3 a disc, basically, is what it boils down to. So it's worth it on a $15+ disc to have them resurface it. But anyway, my JFJ, what I'm getting at is all those filler games. I put in the description on all of my listings for consoles that the games come with it. They look to be in good condition, but they have not been tested. So I always make sure I have that disclaimer in all of my consoles with discs, because I don't test all 10 of those or 8 or whatever of the games. I just put them in. I resurface them. If they don't look great, I resurface them, throw them through the JFJ, and wipe them down, call it a day. And then they go in, because I that's part of my processing process. And then they go into either filler pile or sell individual pile is how I do it. And so when they go into the filler pile, they've already been processed. They've already been JFJ'd, resurfaced, at least at my level. And so most of the time they'll fire up and work unless they're too far gone. If they're too far gone and it's a filler game, I just throw them away. It's not worth it to resurface a filler game. It's just not worth it. So I just throw them away. If they're not too far gone, resurface it, and then they go into a bundle. Sometimes I've never had a customer yet say, hey, my games don't work. Well, it's because in the listing it says clearly they have not been tested. They look clean. They look to be in good condition, I think is how I phrase it, but they have not been tested. So you're getting 8, 10 games, but they may or may not all work. You know what I mean? So and then adding games to your listing helps you get more out of your console, right? Because normally, like I don't know what a PS2 Slim goes for with no games, but I know it ain't 130. I don't believe. So maybe I'm wrong, because I don't sell them usually by themselves. So anyway, last 2 things that sold were Mario Kart and Street, NBA Street, right? Mario Kart. I think this is my last Mario Kart. Deluxe Mario Kart. All right. So Mario Kart Deluxe sold for $38 plus shipping, and then NBA Street sold for $15 free shipping on that one. So that's the sales. That's what we got. Hopefully I dropped a nugget or two for you along the way. 30 minutes is where I want to be. We're right at 30 minutes, so perfect. Thank y'all for hanging out. Thank y'all for subscribing, commenting. I see we're over our 800 again, so we've gotten some subscribers. If you're new to the channel, comment. Let me know what you do on a daily. Let me know what you're selling, what you're buying. Share anything you want to share. I love to read off the comments and get to know kind of who you guys are, and ask questions. That's the best way you can support the channel, is by helping generate some views, is by engaging with the content. So liking the videos, commenting on the videos, subscribing to the channel if you've not subscribed. So that's all I got for you guys. Thank y'all so much. Hopefully your sales are going well. If not, list, man, list. And what's on my shelf, let me know about the mic. So, all right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.